Welcome to the Stickers on the Mic podcast, brought to you by StickerGiant.com, where we talk with our customers about how they started their business, how they're marketing their brand, and how they're growing their company. Without further ado, it's time for the Stickers on the Mic podcast from Sticker Giant. Let's get on with the show. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Stickers on the Mic. Andrew here with you again this time around. Very psyched to be dialing in Jenine and Josh.
Hey, what's up?
Nice to officially meet you guys, and we do love the Sticker Giant team, so happy to be here.
Nice. And Jenine and Josh, you all are the creators of Tubby Nugget.
Yes, we are. Our little child.
The child. What is your reason for Tubby Nugget even existing? Like, what is Tubby Nugget, for those who are listening, it's tubbynugget.com. And what is Tubby Nugget?
It is a wholesome webcomic, mainly on Instagram at the moment. And we just our goal is just, put a little daily dose of positivity on the internet every single day.
Yeah, and that character came to life. It's only been about a year and a half, maybe 2 years since we started posting comics. And because we started posting on the platform and our growth started spiraling, it has become our full-time jobs. And we love it. It was originally a doodle that Josh would draw for me, and it's kind of spiraled into something a whole lot bigger completely by accident, which is amazing. And we're really excited to be here.
You have 381,000 followers on Instagram. Like, compared to your other platforms, gangbusters. You know what I mean? Like, the growth, if you said it's 2 years or so, that's pretty astonishing, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How did you do, like, before, like, I want to save that question because I think that that's really interesting, just especially for how we do, digital marketing these days. But so it starts as a comic, but y'all are selling stuff on the website. So how does the sort of e-commerce, if this is your full-time job, that means you're doing a lot of promotion and engagement. But what is it to get these things made? And then how are you coming up with products to productize Tubby Nugget, which is it a peanut? What is Tubby Nugget?
So Tubby Nugget, we get this question a lot. Like, is Tubby Nugget, like, is he a poop nugget? Is he a chicken nugget? But our official answer is that Nugget is the name of his alien species because he's from another universe called Nuggetville, and he's actually come to Earth. And then he loves eating chicken nuggets, so it's not cannibalism when he eats a chicken nugget, but he recognizes his similarity. But so he's more like a ET or like
he's got a whole little origin story about how he came to Earth and found us. So that's why Josh and I exist in the comics as well. Yeah.
So this is a plushie that is actually an alien.
Oh yes, little plush alien nugget.
Yeah,
but
Nugget is the name of his species essentially.
Sorry. Yes, right. Of course, the nugget species.
But you were asking about the e-commerce.
You've got keychains, you got this pillow, you got the toy, you got the box sets, you got, of course, the stickers, the bundle. Like, what is it like? Obviously, there's engagement. How are the sales going with all these different types of products, and what's most popular for you?
Well, crazy you ask. We are in the middle. Our launch went insanely well. We
just, as you asked this question, we just launched the keychains like last week, and it was it was really great.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of packaging so we sent out about 180 packages just the last couple days.
And we still have
220 to go.
And it's literally just the two of us and her brother. So we're just
my brother's been helping me a lot.
We've transformed the house into a nugget factory essentially. But yeah, I mean, it's like when we think of these products, it's essentially just the type of things that we want,
Yeah.
And like, this guy's so cute, it'd be cute to have a plush toy of him. He's like, I want one, like a keychain on my backpack, So I think we do have that the instinct is just like, what do we want first? And then it was like, okay, does it align with what the fans want, and it's usually it aligns pretty well.
And we also make sure to tie our merch into the story. So the origin is that you can adopt a nugget of your own and name it, because when Tubby came to Earth, we named him Tubby Nugget. And so people who get their own nuggets actually name their nuggets and make them a part of the universe.
Yeah, I noticed there's this downloads, folks who are listening, if you go to tubbynugget.com, they have an adoption certificate.
There is. It actually comes with every package, but for people who we had a lot of people buy it back in July of 2019 when we first launched, I believe. And we didn't have the certificates back then. We just had people naming their nuggets, and we realized like, oh, this could be a really cool part to like integrate the certificate into the story. So we've been adding that in as like as a little incentive, in the bag to name your nugget.
Yeah.
Right. Or if you travel, I mean, you can't go through the, airport line without, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Follow all of the airline guidelines.
Is that your Tubby Nugget? In fact, it is. I adopted it. So fun. And then the graduation certificate. Explain to me a little bit about what this graduation
Oh,
certificate is.
It's super. Yeah, it was just a super random thing we threw up because we did a comic for all the the graduates of 2020 who were not able to have like a regular graduation. And so it was like a little comic, and so everything kind of like ties into the comics and like the little mini stories we're able to tell there, and Tubby Nugget like congratulated a bunch of people, and he gave them a certificate, and people were just like, yeah, I want to download this and print this out, and we're just like, sure, put it on the website.
Yeah.
It's so funny, and obviously you're deep in the pop culture. Today's post is, of course, very dear to my heart. For folks who listen often know how much I love Star Wars.
Perfect. We're big Mandalorian fans.
Was up pretty late last night watching it. I had to get it out of the way.
We did not see the first episode. So
yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers for anybody. But it is fun that you picked up on that and went with it. There's some fun stuff going on here on your Instagram. So you do a lot of visual storytelling, obviously. Like that's how you're getting folks to engage with your brand.
Yeah.
Right. What are you seeing when folks engage back with you? Like how does that? So there's the push out that you all do with the content, but how are you seeing it come back at you?
Well, I believe that something about our brand that has been sticking out since we started is that the people who are on our page really love the engagement. So we try to be aware of like people who are DMing us, sharing us on their stories, and we try to make them feel seen, especially in the comment section. Josh does such a great job already with the art of making Tubby like look like he's interacting with you, and then a lot of it is just like talking to them like regular people, like a little. Sometimes in the comments we respond just like we're Tubby Nugget. We're like, hey, I hope you're having a great day, or oh, I'm so proud of you for getting this done. And I feel like that brings people back and makes it a lot easier for us to create because it feels like people are invested in this character.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's almost like a flat standing. Like people are taking it on trips, and like it's in all these like these tagged photos. Like there's Baby Yoda doll with Tubby, which is hilarious. So you say you sort of just were for drawing, Josh. I mean, do you have a background in this kind of thing, or is it just like doodling and all of a sudden now here we are almost 400,000 Instagram followers later and you're like, I got a business? Like what's that all about?
I will say, man, like I feel like my art journey is like proof that like anyone can be good at anything if you just do it every single day, like you've been putting the 10,000 hours because both of us came from a filmmaking background. Actually, I loved doodling as a kid. I would like draw on every single one of my homework notebooks. But then I never thought I was like good enough, to like actually be an artist, And I like because I couldn't draw humans, I was like couldn't draw hands. I was like, this is so hard, I'm just like I'll be a filmmaker instead. I'll just shoot stuff with my camera.
And he's pretty humble. He has a really amazing VFX background. So
oh yeah, and that's actually ironically doing visual effects for films has like helped with Tubby Nugget because there's some crossovers there.
Well, and storyboarding, right? Like just understanding how like I have 4 squares to work with.
Yeah.
And I have to tell a story in 4 squares, or like the next swipe is I get 10 images or whatever on Instagram. And I gotta do it that way.
Yeah. So yeah, I basically when I started drawing these nuggets for Jenine, it was it was cute because she would call me Nugget, when we started dating, and I was like, God, this is such a stupid nickname. So I would draw the nuggets on my phone with my finger, just as a joke, and then eventually we upgraded to the iPad, got the pen. Yeah. And dude, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can see the first drawings of Tubby Nugget. They're not good, man. They're like, they're very but I think
the character we created for him was very wholesome.
Yeah, and then his personality shown through, and then from the art side, I just just kept doing it every day. And then with every one, I was just like, all right, let's try to make it a little better. Let's maybe try to make it a little more cinematic, so we can do stuff like the Mandalorian comic, where,
Right.
kind of draws from the color palette, and
Yeah.
and yeah, it's really I'm grateful because I've always wanted to be an artist, and Tubby Nugget has been both a chance for me to show my art and grow as an artist simultaneously, so it's been really nice. I've never taken an art class, but this has been my art class. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like you say, you always wanted to be an artist. Sounds like, Josh, you are an artist.
I know.
Right? Like just
Not often.
right. Like I that's easy to say. And
Yeah, I guess by definition, yeah.
Like you didn't always want to be an artist. You just needed this thing to like bring that out. So I think that is a nice like lesson that you can relay to the creative people of the world. So I was reading on the page though, and this is funny, your who we are situation.
We have
And
not
there's
updated
like
that in so long.
I'm sure, but like, isn't there like I'm trying to remember where I saw it, but like the origin story of like your relationship and how it tied in, or you're telling a story to Tubby or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like how that's like your relationship story a little bit, right?
Yes.
A little bit.
Oh yeah. We're talking about how we started dating.
Yeah.
Oh my
yes.
God, yeah.
Oh,
There is definitely.
we
literally just posted a how we started dating
it's
story
funny.
with Tubby.
It's funny because like some of our friends read it and they were just like, I didn't know that's how we did. I was like, oh, we didn't tell you that story. It's like because you learn about it in a comic, But yeah, we should we relate it to your
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So what was it? It was in like 2015. We had just met through a film fellowship program called Jubilee.
Yes, Jubilee Media.
Jubilee Media, good friends of ours, and I had just moved to Los Angeles from New Jersey.
Okay.
And you
I was living in LA. I was getting my screenwriting degree.
Yep.
And we met at this film program. Josh was directing the film that I worked on, and crazy enough, we ended up seeing each other a couple months after that.
Yeah, and at first I was like, I didn't really know how to initiate. I was just like, hey, Jenine, I'm new to California. You want to show me around and like let's hang out, And so we went on like 4 of these like friend dates, And then afterwards, Jenine, you were like, you were just like.
I thought that he was fam zoning me.
Yeah, she told you I was friend zoning her, and
then specifically fam. He called me fam a lot.
Yeah, that was not a good move. And so then after on the 5th date, I decided to DTR as they say, and we were about to drive. I was about to drive her back, and I was like, wait a second, Jenny, there's something I gotta tell you. And people can read it from the comics, but I'll have to tell it here. And so I was like, the film fellowship has taught us a lot about being, honest and vulnerable with each other, but there's something I haven't been vulnerable with you about, and that's how I feel about you.
Oh, this is in podcast form now. I'm so glad.
Yep, I knew she liked puns. All right, I knew she liked puns, so I took out a bag and I was like, okay, I got 3 items. This number 1 is a calendar. It's got a bunch of dates on it.
Oh my God.
Number 2. This is a bag of food, bag of dates, Number 3, I got a paintbrush. Archaeologists use this to, date dinosaurs.
And it's definitely not how archaeologists date dinosaurs.
I was like, just go with it, I think all these items would be useful if we were to begin dating.
It's been 5 years.
and she said yes, surprisingly to that, So most people would say no, but she said yes because she loves puns, and that's a little bit of our dating story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I saw that comic and I just was like, I gotta get the actual story. Or did you just make that
there's no improvisation in that
as
story.
Content? You know what I mean?
It's literally 100% accurate to what happened.
That's so funny. So you're selling stuff like crazy. You're launching new products. You got the pins, which must be fun because those are a small thing for people to just add to a cart. You got the stickers, which of course I love. Sticker sheets are probably my favorite thing that we do.
Oh, 1,000%. The sticker sheets, they're amazing. We have all the friends have been getting them from us as well.
Are you seeing people engage with those, or like I just looked at the tags really quick. Those are for sale. They don't go in a box. Like you sell them as another product.
Actually, we did a little promo beforehand. So on our launch, we put out 50 bundles of the new keychains and said as a thank you, like the first 50 people who buy, we're gonna add in the 2 free sticker sheets and the two free pins. and give you guys the bundle for $40, despite the value of the stickers and the pins being like over that. And we didn't think the 50 were going to sell out, but when we went on live, they ended up selling out within the first 10 minutes. And we were just like, okay, I think people wanted this a lot more than we expected. And then we ended up selling the bundle with the free stickers for the next like 2 days.
So,
and we're just like, okay, you can like for the next 2 days, the bundle with the stickers is going to be free for like or not free. The stickers will be free in the bundle for everyone for the next 2 days, and ended up selling a couple hundred more.
Yeah, it's a great way of adding value to our
People
current
love
packages.
stickers.
Yeah,
They
they do.
love stickers.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I think our on the business side, our business coach often tells us, don't like, try not to like, discount your products, because people just wait
Add
for
value.
the discount, but instead add value to it. And that is what's just, I feel like that's what Sticker Giant is, great at, like just like we were selling these stickers for $7 each, but it's really great to like put them in a package and give them to people as an incentive, so
Yeah, no, your margins are pretty good. I was curious, so who makes these? Like, where did you? So you had to come up with a design. You had to like shop it around. You had to have someone make your stuffy or whatever plushie. Sorry, we call them stuffies in our house. But then you have the pillow too. So and then you have the keychain. So these are 3 different sort of stuffed products that you have to build, that someone has to make.
Yeah.
So we have been working for the last 2 years with it was totally by chance, but a good friend of ours, her aunt owns a plush toy factory in Taiwan.
Oh my gosh.
And they usually do plush toys for Disney and Marvel and all these really big clients. And she was just like, you guys should just talk to her. Maybe they'll be interested. And this was back when we had like 10,000 followers. But people were already asking, like, oh, does Tubby Nugget have a plush? And we're like, I don't know what it takes to build a plush, but we can figure it out, I guess. And so we talked to the factory. We told them about our mission statement, what we'd been doing with Tubby, and they were super amazing. And they're just like, yeah, we'll make the plush toys for you. And then
So did you have to buy? Do you buy inventory?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow! So you're sitting on like Tubby has taken over your house then, like physically.
Yeah. We have a storage unit now.
We finally got a storage unit.
Way better than stuffing our housemate's garage for the first year that we were in business.
Yeah.
The garage was just a warehouse of Tubby.
Yeah.
Wow. So you back your way into selling stuffed animals from a cartoon that you made up from a pet nickname for in your relationship.
That's very accurate. But I've never heard it that way before.
No,
but like that's like the reverse engineering it. That's pretty crazy because I just interviewed an entrepreneur a couple weeks ago where like she made this dog food bowl, but like she had to prototype it and trademark it and find manufacturing and all these fulfillment things, right? That like, and the next question from that is like, so what do you know now? And I asked her this too, because, she's talking about all the stuff she learned. I'm like, but what if you hadn't had these beautiful accidents, right, that have come together to create your business? Now that you know what you know, what would you like recommend for someone who's doing this? Because people are doing this like crazy right now. Everyone's trying to come up with a business because of the times we live in.
So many small businesses opening up.
Right. Like, I mean, it's sad to see a lot of them going out of business. I see it in our business. They're going out of business. But then at the same time, in that vacuum, those same people have that tendency to create and build. What would you say to people that are trying to create and build, like that you've learned along the way here?
Oh, I think something on my end, at least, that I've learned. I know that Josh and I hadn't intended to start the business. And so there were a lot of things we learned out of the blue. I don't know if we mentioned, but we originally weren't planning to make this full time. What had happened was both of us were supposed to go into film full time, and I had some health problems that led to doctors like insisting that I take a year off of work, and because of that, ended up needing to do something at home, needing to pursue something that brought me joy, and so. Did a bunch of research. Josh continued drawing Tubby Nugget for me. I did the writing, and we did the work. There is so much online access to amazing material. So I learned how to form an LLC. I learned how to I learned about you guys because I was like, oh, people love stickers because it represents their brand. So I looked into like great sticker companies, and Sticker Giant stood out. So we actually have had your stickers for like more than like since before the plush toys.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. And I remember seeing them when I was still got to go to the factory before COVID. And I was like, I do not understand what this is. Like, I remember it's probably still in my desk. And I remember researching and I'm always looking for story ideas, but I'm like, I just don't get this.
We still
Like it
have-
felt like an inside joke. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was.
Like, and it was. You're telling
It
me that
was.
it is.
But
Which
it
I
brought
love.
us joy.
Yeah.
But then you start the plush thing, which again is
It's yeah, I mean, like, I think the key was we just kind of like pursued what we were really passionate about. I know it's like a kind of cliche to say, you know, but I really think like if you're starting a business in
If
this
you don't have
pandemic,
like passion,
you
in
got to
it,
be passionate about it. Like that's what's going to drive you. You know, if it's something that you think is, I mean, and ideally you would find a match between what you're passionate about and what the market is asking for, and maybe there's a little bit of adjusting for each. But yeah, I mean, like, I think the fact that we're so passionate about this character, that we really love this character, and we see the impact the character is having on on other people,
and
that really drives us, so
Yeah.
and understanding that our audiences are just as human as we are has made like sales a lot more simple to think about, because I'm just like, it's so easy to identify when someone is just being salesy to be salesy, or actually is like really intentional about their product and what they're doing and who they're talking to. And so I feel like that has played such a big role in our like our success and the connections that we've made with our audiences. And it's great because we always see people coming back and they become familiar to us too, and we're like, oh, I see you in the comments all the time, Amber, or I see you like like DMing us all of the photos of your nugget. And yeah.
I was about to say, is this someone who actually got this thing tattooed on their body in real
Yes.
life with tattoo ink? Is that for real?
it's not the first one either. It's been
Unbelievable.
yeah,
Astonishing.
it is
To
it's
me.
an incredible honor. Yeah.
I mean, that is like a pretty high honor, Josh. I mean, this is your thing. I don't know. I just, wow.
That's your art.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
mind-blowing.
unbelievable. So, not the first one, though. Well, I shouldn't be so excited. Look at this dog with this thing in its mouth. Friends, you've got to go to the Instagram account. It's Tubby, Tubby Nugget. You got to check it out just so you can get some context for what I'm just, gleefully loving here. So, you like you said, you just launched something new. What are you looking to do maybe next?
We are. Oh, good question. We are currently actually working on a book proposal. So, yeah, it's a little low key right now, but we're reached out to by some agents, and they are interested in publishing a Tubby Nugget book. And now Josh and I are in the midst of figuring out how to write a book proposal. So also a lot of research, also a lot of hard work, but we're really excited, and it helps that I have a writing background and Josh has an art background. So
Right. Yeah, it's like a very natural. What else from like a marketing side? Like, how are you trying to get in front of people other than just Instagram? I mean, that's everyone's go-to these days. Other platforms, Facebook is, not a place to be positive anymore, and Twitter is
I feel that.
What's that?
I definitely feel that.
Yeah, it's just not working, for me especially. I know people love it, but I see you got this membership thing trying to get people to sign up on Patreon. That's like a standard kind of play these days. But what are like marketing and a sort of outreach? Like, what are your avenues to get into new audiences?
Yeah, right now we have a platform on Webtoon as well that is growing. We also are trying to branch out a little more onto like Facebook, Twitter space, just to kind of get a feel for what is working over there. It's strange because Facebook it sometimes works really, really well and sometimes doesn't. We have not received any negative backlash yet on Facebook, which is nice.
Yeah, you got a wholesome thing going on. It's not.
We've gotten some negative stuff on Reddit though. That's
really?
Yeah, but it's Reddit,
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, or that Reddit hole, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dad joke. But I was gonna say, like, we're big on GIFs at Sticker Giant. You know what I mean? And this is like really GIF worthy content.
Yes, we definitely. Actually, that's probably our second biggest platform is Jiffy.
Giphy, yeah, Giphy or Jiffy for us is like yeah, it's just incredible. We track sales through it and everything. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it's
really?
well, if you put the right links in there to the site, we know where people are coming from referral traffic. We can see that people are using the gifts and then they translate into conversions for sales, which is
That's fantastic.
That's good.
We
Yeah.
have not tried that for Tubby because we just uploaded a bunch of animated stickers to Giphy, and then
Yeah.
we had like some. We didn't have the Tubby Nugget tag on it, but one of the stickers went viral and started popping up on like celebrity stories. So people were screenshotting it, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
That was crazy. I think we got 82 million views. No, it did not. Is it 82?
It's at 132 now. 132
It
million.
was 82. Like
It's
as
in
I
the
said that,
millions
as I said that, I
now.
second guessed myself. It actually is 82 million views on a
Yeah.
sticker that
awesome.
that we upload to Jiffy.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Their platform is amazing. I had no idea how impactful gifts were going to be for us, but look at it now. It's like an amazing avenue to be.
It's just those reactions too, you know, like I mean reaction gifts are everything, right? Like I mean, I've got my own Mando ones that we made because that's my jam, you know, and
Love it.
and it's fun to, especially on a day like today, everyone's just losing their minds. But now that just means that, you know, people associate that with Sticker Giant too, which is super, you know, super helpful for the business side. Lastly, though, this is an interesting thing you mentioned. You got a business coach. So how did that manifest? Because that seems like for young entrepreneurs who are entering a new space, like how do you go about finding that or doing that?
Amazing, because it happened by chance again. A lot of things that happened in our business happened like by chance, and it's amazing that it happened when it did. Eugene Choi, he ironically was our Jubilee Fellowship Director. So when Josh and I met, he was the head of the program, and right after that, he had his first child and started.
He went back to pharmacy.
Went back to pharmacy,
Yeah.
and then realized that he wanted to be back in business full time, and put in the work, became a full-time coach, got hired by Mirisay, like this really awesome coaching company.
Okay.
And then I started helping him out with his retreats on the side, and I was like, oh, this is really cool what you're doing. And then 4 years later, I was like, wait, Eugene is in business and small business coaching. We should talk to him. And for like a year, he was consulting us for free just because he loved us and wanted us to like thrive. And we just committed to him full time in July, during May or
Maybe it was like July.
Yeah, July.
Well, that's really good though, just because you do have to like let go a little bit. I mean, we use coaches in our business. We run a program called Traction, which is
very cool.
Very good book. I highly recommend it to young entrepreneurs because it runs a program called EOS, which is the Entrepreneurial Operating System, and it really helps delineate roles for folks like y'all too. There's two of you. There's the visionary and the integrator, and you create this Venn diagram where in the middle, of course, is the business, but you have different roles, and once you start hiring people, it's become very good for us as we've grown because Sticker Giant in the last 3 years or so has grown from, well, we've tripled our staff. So like as soon as you start entering hundreds of people on your business, that means that you have to figure out a common language, et cetera, et cetera. So it's good that you have a coach. That sounds like a really beneficial thing. And it also kind of helps take that emotion out of it for y'all. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Because you're clearly in the house with the dolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's helped us manage our stress so much. I think I am very much a very like, let's come on, we got to do this perfectly. You know, I think I used to be a perfectionist, and it just wasn't healthy, you know. So it was really great. He really helped us with that. Yeah.
Right on. Fantastic. Well, you know, we're rooting for you, and it clearly is just taken on a life of its own. Congrats for that. So
gosh, and we're glad we got to talk to you and get to know you better. Like Sticker Giant has obviously been super incredible for our business too. So
I love that it started with a sticker. And now it's this whole other thing. Is there anything else you'd like folks to know or things to look for from you all? Like I said, it's tubbynugget.com, but what else do you want people to know?
Yeah. Well, you can follow us for more wholesome content on @TubbyNugget on Instagram, and we're really excited to meet new people all the time. Anything else for you, Josh? I mean, we have like a circle of webcomic artists who also provide really lovely content for everyone, and so you can find them on our page too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's Tubby Nugget is our life. There's not really anything else to plug.
This is what we do now. This is our full-time job, and we love it.
We do. We love it.
That is fantastic. Well, folks out there listening, thank you to Jenine and Josh. We appreciate what you're bringing to the table. This world definitely needs some positivity and whimsy, which clearly is your brand, which I think is a great thing to dig into these days. And we say on the show that every sticker has a story, but today's story is the Tubby Nugget sticker sheet, which really has catapulted you all into this global powerhouse brand.
Absolutely.
And we're really grateful for it. I mean, I love that. Literally, the giant sticker sheet that you guys gave us is like a combination of all. It's like it's well made, but also it's like a combination of all our favorite comics. Yeah. So thank you guys for that.
Maybe look out for a Tubby Nugget Christmas sticker sheet.
Yes, we're going to be sending that over to you guys soon.
So you'll be hearing from us again soon. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Jenine and Josh, thank you so much. Happy Halloween. We're on the Halloween weekend. I'm sure there'll be a Tubby Nugget Halloween costume. I can't wait to see it. Best of luck, and we're rooting for you.
Thanks so much.
Great meeting you.
Talk to you soon. Yeah. And thanks, Andrew.
All right, everybody. I'm Andrew. This is Stickers on the Mic. Thank you so much for listening. And like we always say, every sticker has a story.
That wraps up this episode of Stickers on the Mic, brought to you by StickerGiant.com. You can download us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks again for listening to Stickers on the Mic. We'll see you next time.